Whenever you implement something, whenever you do something in your office, all right, my friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast, very fun episode for you. 3 things I've added to my practice in the past 2 months that have made me exponentially better that you can start tomorrow. Listen to the episode and be prepared to have a laundry list of things, 3 things in fact, that you want to start doing in your office. We have a little bit of office talk. I will tell you where my mind has went, how I've simplified my life into 4 simple things that I am pursuing with intention. With intention, not a goal, intention. Let me tell you what the difference is. And then we have the closing thought of the episode. This is the Ultimate OD Podcast. Here we go. All right, friends, the Ultimate OD Podcast. Just want to say thank you to everyone that's reached out, everyone that's followed us, tons of new listeners. We are growing every single week. I listen to as many optometry podcasts as I can, and some are better than others. Some aren't what I would do, and obviously I don't, but I love that we're trying to put our information out there. I am not trying to sell you anything at this point. Maybe at some point down in the future, I'll have a consulting business, I'll have a product to sell, and I will put it out there. I'm not shy. I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to do that. But right now, everything I give you is free. It's from my own heart, my own feelings, what I've experienced, so you don't make the mistakes that I make. I want you to be better than I have been. And I want to make myself better by putting myself out there, by making myself analyze everything that I talk about each week. I'm getting better every single day. So there's a personal bias to why I do this. But if you listen to this, you're just going to get my opinion, my unvarnished, unfiltered thoughts of how I think you can be a better optometrist, a better doctor, get more satisfaction out of your life. I think I cover different aspects than other offices. We still talk about the nuts and bolts of optometry, but I try to hit it from a different angle. So if you like what you're hearing, please leave a comment below. Let me know. Send me an email of topics you want to hear. I have a couple people that have reached out. I'm like, that's a great idea. Let me come up with it and go from there and see what I can figure out. I also love to talk to you. I've had people call, ask me about starting a practice cold, and we've talked for about 45 minutes. There's no fee. There's no charge. I just literally love talking optometry, right? When I hear what your thoughts are, sometimes it changes mine. I've added a couple of things over the past few weeks here because I've talked to you guys, and you guys have changed my perspective on what to do. So, like I said, iron always sharpens iron. So that being said, one of the things that I've learned as I've collaborated more with the other doctors out there, as I've looked at resources out there, is you can't be successful, you can't be extraordinary when it's your part-time job, when it's your part-time gig. So what does that mean? Whenever you implement something, whenever you do something in your office, you need to go all in, right? You need to be a dry eye center of excellence. You need to be the myopia management, myopia control office in the area, right? If you get the IPL, get the IPL. If you're going to do dry eye, get it, right? Say you want to be an efficient office, get the virtual assistant. People that have said this to me that I respect and have I'll give them some props. Carly Rose, when I look at her, listen to her interviews, they asked her about her dry eye clinic, what she's doing, and they ask, if you could have done something different when you started, what would you have done? She says, I would have got the IPL from the get-go and just went all in. When I did it, I just did that. I trusted what she said. Adam Ramsey, big on virtual assistants, and he said to me for a while, like, dude, it's not that hard. They can do so much. They can answer your phones. They can do this. And I wasn't as quick as maybe he would have wanted at the time, but heck, he had to think it through himself. But I did make the leap, and I went all in. It's been awesome, right? So there's 3 things I've done in the past probably month to 2 months, past quarter, if you will, that I think have made a huge change in how I operate, how I function. And I just want to hit those on head on right now, so you can think about them, maybe add it to your practice. I have a bunch of other things I will talk about later, but I'll talk about this. So number one, virtual assistants. I've talked about this the past few times, and I'm going to keep beating this drum because it is so game changing, right? $9.50 an hour is what the fee is. Hello, Rash. Tell them I sent you. $9.50 an hour. So per week, if you do over 30 hours, they're dedicated to you all week. They're not going anywhere else. If you do under 30, you have to give them a set schedule and they'll kind of bop around. I'm like, no, forget it. I'm going to go all in. They work every hour I'm open. They're there working. And we utilize them to full extent. We also have them as a full part of the team. When we have an office meeting, they are there on Skype at the office meeting. They're part of it, right? They're part of it. I'm having my staff have one-on-one sit-downs with my virtual assistant so they aren't afraid to go to her. They aren't afraid to talk to her. They would go to her just like they go to someone else in the office. They need to have that bond, realize she's a person. You hear virtual assistant, and it's some computer program out here in the distance. But if you have a remote worker, if you have another colleague that just is not in the office, it is different. When you talk to her and know that she's a person, she has a family, she has likes, wants, desires, it humanizes them, and they will be part of the team. My staff, my manager that's training her, they're friends. They talk all day throughout the day, and she's so appreciative, so thankful for the opportunity to help us out. Think about that. How many of your staff members thank you for the opportunity to work at your office? Right? You may get that once. This staff member is thankful every day. It's crazy. She is that thankful. High ceiling. Whatever we can do, I interact with her. Hey, how you doing? What can I give you? What resources? Just utterly grateful and greatly connected. Like, we had an issue where one of our solution reach needs to operate on a Windows computer. She has a Mac, but she has a workaround that she knew of, Parallels is what it's called, where she can operate the Windows stuff on her Macintosh computer. Awesome. Great resource for those things. We added Ring Central to have her be able to call out, call in, because we do not use Weave. I think Weave is something else you use, but we do Ring Central. And again, she's worked with them in the past. She knew how to navigate it. She got in customer service. She got everything worked out. I just made the account and kind of set things up, but she knows how to run it. We put a lot of things into the cloud. So EPM, practice management, is cloud-based. iFindy practice management, and EHR, cloud-based. She has access to those. We put all of our stuff that we share in Google Drive. She has a Gmail account. She gets in. She can upload stuff. She can put scans in the patient's folders. We're utilizing everything. You know what this has done? It's made all of our staff more efficient. My wife works from home. She's been doing this for about 3 years. Do you know how much better her life got when we added this stuff? We now have more capabilities for remote work because we added the virtual assistant. Now, I didn't just jump headfirst into this. About beginning of the year, maybe February, I told my staff, this is something that's happening. By the end of the year, we are doing this. Period. Right? Start thinking about it now. So I prepped them. Right? Even when we got into it and I said, okay, we're hiring her next week. We're going after it. These are the things they're going to do. They were going over the list and they got to one of the things. I'm like, okay, how are you going to make this work? And they're like, well, we kind of decided that it's just not worth it for as little effort as it takes. I'm like, no. You're doing that. Make it happen. And they looked at me like, oh, he's serious. Like, yes, everything. Now, again, if it wouldn't have worked out, if we couldn't do it, we will hit that limit. But the limit is not going to be, I don't want to try to figure it out. Right? You have to commit to this. Remember, not a part-time gig. Go all in. Right? Shoot bigger than what you think they can do, and you may be surprised what you figure out. But they did it, and then they actually worked with her. Because, again, they were skeptical. Well, then we had an interview with her before we hired her, and they saw she was a person. We asked her about her life. They connected with her, and they were like, "Okay, we kind of like this." And then my manager that worked with her all week, they love her. It's awesome, great. So a whole new opportunity for flow, how efficient we can be in the office, the care we can provide for our patients because of a virtual assistant. We will be hiring more. I kid you not, as soon as we get another doctor, when I start going less hours in my day, I'm having one just for me. As many things as I can get off my plate will be on their plate, and we'll go from there. Unless I have more ideas. So that was that. Skype has been awesome. Now, I know Skype is not something new, but like I said, my wife works virtually. My office manager is on her computer. She would text back and forth, but she's not always looking at the phone that she needs to text. When it's on her computer, she's always on there. She sees the Skype message. Inter-office communication. When we have a bigger office, right now we can literally yell across the office to get whoever we need. 3,000 square feet, not an option. We need an inter-office communication. We've already set the groundwork. Our virtual assistant's already in there. We now have an infrastructure. We are going to utilize that. The option to share your screen when you're interacting with the virtual assistant or a staff member, or now my wife, who used to, like, we'd record the meetings, upload them to her. Now she can be at the meeting. She can share her screen when she has to present stuff for us. It's amazing. Again, I know it sounds very, like, of course, we've been in the COVID era, but we weren't doing this in our office. Now we are. And Skype, if you get the upgraded version, $299 a month, I think. Like, it's so cheap. It's incredibly inexpensive. And there's more things you could do with it if you want. You could call out on that too. But again, resources that I didn't really consider until I talked to the virtual assistant company. They gave you a lot of information, and now we're utilizing that. So, been a game changer. It's opened the doors for a lot of the people that used to work in my office that know my business, know what we do. They can work remotely in a part-time capacity to do like our calls and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have to go with a remote assistant in the Philippines. I can do that in here because now I have the capabilities, right? We have that option. It's really stinking awesome. All right. And the last one, number 3. So we have virtual assistants, Skype, Loom. Loom is a way to record videos of what you do, and we use them for our training. We use them for our meetings. We are going to take Loom to the next level. Training's been huge. A lot of the people we're hiring now are not used to reading a manual. They, here's our SOP, read these and go. Watch these videos, and then we're going to do them. This is what they do all day, every day. So we make a video for everything. One rule. When you make a Loom video, you only get one take. You are not trying to make a video like this in the podcast. You're not editing it for social media. This is a training video. If I was training you and I was right next to you and I stumbled on my words, I wouldn't, let me say that again. You just move on. It doesn't matter when you're training. So one take. You get it out there, you go. Things that we're toying with. If you're working on the computer, you turn on the Loom, you record everything you're doing, then you upload it to your virtual assistant. You will see tasks that you think cannot be trained, that cannot be done by anyone else, are so intricate. They will pick up on your patterns. They will learn. This will automate or semi-automate a lot of what you do. You want to be energized. You want to have juice in what you do. Get those low-hanging fruit, mundane tasks off your plate to a virtual assistant and work on the things that give you juice. This is what Loom is giving us the ability to do. All right. In addition, you have staff members that leave, right? Have you ever had a staff member that said, oh man, if they leave, how am I ever going to do this? You now have a database of their training videos of how to do it. If you didn't know, worst case scenario, you watch it, you learn. Best case scenario, you hire someone new. They go through, they're gone after their 2 weeks notice, and they still have that person there who made the videos, who trained everyone else. They can be trained by the same person. It's evergreen. It will last forever. Loom is amazing. Start utilizing this. It's a game changer. So virtual assistant, Skype, Loom, these are things that I've added to my office that have made us better. We're embracing technology. I'm excited. I love it. It's amazing to see what can be done when you apply the technology. It takes effort. It takes commitment. You need to be all in. How can you make your office better? These are 3 ways I've made my office better. I'll have more for you next week. A little bit of office talk. I'm going to let you climb into my head here right now. And this, like every singing podcast, is my personal journal to the world, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. But right now I've kind of condensed my world, my life, everything I do into four things. And this can be my personal life, my work life, my family. Four things that I do: study, read, lead, and exercise. Period. I love to study. I want to learn as much as I can. I love to read. Whether it's fiction at night that I'm kind of doing, it's a new thing. Read fiction at night, it lets your mind wander. It's how you wind down. I'm not inputting myself with a bunch of news or politics or things I can't control that have been scientifically proven to shape your mood, your emotions, how you operate in this world by things that are meant to be propaganda in a sense. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't pick sides, but news is meant to be engaging, a dopamine hit to create a sense of fear, urgency of things that you have no control over that most likely won't affect you, won't happen. Right? So I read fiction. Love it. During the day, I'm huge right now into biographies, reading about successful people. What have they done? Don't reinvent the wheel. All kinds of webinars, reading optometric management, reading ocular surface journal, uh, study, read, lead. I've I've come to the conclusion one of the things that I believe I have a gift for is being able to lead a group of people. I love doing it. I like to learn how to do it better when it comes to my staff, my kids. Um, when I'm at in my church, I like the idea of getting people together, getting them around a common goal. I feel I can be a uniter and energizer, can make people move in the same direction. I like that quality about myself. I'm trying to maximize that. So I'm trying to use that in as many capacities as I can. Study, read, lead, and exercise. I do those four things and my life is full. Right? I feel very happy. I feel good about it. That's what I'm putting my effort and energy into. Now, when I say that to you, it can sound kind of like, okay, really cool, four things you want to do. I will tell you this. This is not goals that I've set for myself. And what I've got and learned the past, few months is goal setting is not what you think. Goal setting is kind of like a aspirational thing that you kind of put out there and you hope this goal happens. It's too fluffy. It's not concrete enough. You need to have intention. You need to operate with a direct purpose and intention in what you do. So when I go into a task, an activity, it is the intention of study, the intention of reading, the intention of leading, the intention of exercise. This is different than having a goal of doing these four things. Have the mindset shift, pick out whatever you want to do, and have intention towards them, and you'll see it's way different than a goal. A goal is something that you just pie in the sky. Intention is something that I wake up every day and this is what I'm doing. This is my purpose in life. This is why I'm here. Now, when I say that those are the things, like this is not something I just came up on a whim that I just thought of. I've put a lot of time, effort, and energy. I've read a lot of books, looked at my life in a lot of different ways of what gives me energy and what doesn't. One of the things I heard a way to do this is go down throughout your day and just every task you do, write them down. Write them down in journal. Just what are you doing? And then you're going to go through, get two highlighters, a green one and a red one. Everything that gives you energy, green, green, green. Everything that gives you, takes away from you, red, red, red. And then everything that's red, you get off your plate. A virtual assistant, one of your staff members, is just not what you need to do. And if you do all the green, you'll be excited. When it looked at my circle of competence, the things that I like, when it falls under one of those four things, I'm happy. Period. So when I'm doing stuff in the office, I want it to be with one of those things. Now, I can justify doing a lot of things because it's giving me information, giving me data that's going to help me lead my team, help me to lead my office. Leading can be broader than what you think. It's not just that little thing, but I can apply it to that aspect, right? It's helping me do what I need to do, therefore is worthy of my time. But if it's not one of those four things, not what I'm going to be doing, okay? Just hold me accountable, ask me about that, and end of the year, we'll see if I'm still able to be intentional about that, if I think there's anything else I need to add. But those are the things that I'm having an intentional purpose about what I do to make myself more happy, and it's working. I feel great. The office is growing. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. That's what I have. We'll have some more office talk for you next week. All right, my friends, where, oh where has the time gone? We are to the closing thought of the episode, and today I will leave you with this. A Nike quote that I love. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Period. Cold stop. Have it look you in the face. And what did you say yesterday that you would do tomorrow that you keep putting off? Remember the quote I told you, the mindset that anything great that you want to do takes 20 hours of concentrated effort. 80% of what you need to accomplish will be done in that first 20 hours of effort. But how long does it take you to do hour one? 10 years? 20 years? Have you even done it yet? Action trumps inaction every single time. The biggest regrets I have in my life, the biggest regrets I read about all these founders, these innovators, these real geniuses and pioneers of industry is the inactions, the things they did not do. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. That's what I have for you. Dr. Lily out.